Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, wrestling fans, and sports entertainment fans, welcome to the No Shave Man Cave. I'm Ellie Jair, and we are reviewing 2 June's Monday Night Raw. And they came to us from Oklahoma. They had awesome energy to kick the show off. And you know, I'm all about a little bit of Pat McAfee. And a little bit later on, I'll talk about some sound effects that he got into that was pretty funny. So, but hey, I wanted to do a quick moment of silence to the greatest I-95 North, South, East, West, 24/7 champ, R-Truth. Brother, I hope you show up in another company, and I just want to hear you say, my bad. So, awesome. R-Truth is, for those who don't know, that his contract isn't being renewed, so he's effectively being released by the WWE. So, shout out to the shout out, and good luck to you, brother. So I'm sure he will be sought after for a long time. So Monday Night Raw came to us, like I said, from Oklahoma. We got to see Michael Cole in a Pacers jersey. He is a Knicks fan, so him and McAfee had a bet, and McAfee won because, unfortunately, I'm a Knicks fan. Unfortunately, the Pacers are going to the NBA Finals, and they're going to face the Oklahoma Thunder. So Oklahoma Thunder are going to win their first NBA championship, and even Oklahoma moved from Seattle, and so they're gonna go ahead and win their first NBA championship. So we get some promos. We're in the ring. CM Punk is out there, Sami Zayn, and it's this convoluted relationship. There's respect there, obviously, and they're going to compete, down the road, and they're going to do all these things, and they're both really big names. Well, that foil that's there is none other than the architect, Seth Rollins, and he is just raising hell right now with Big Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, and, with Heyman being his wise man or advisor, consigliere, whatever he's going to call, whatever services that he's providing. So, this story is playing out fantastically, and I hope everybody's enjoying it for what it is, and it is sports entertainment. So, let's keep it up, because I think this can really burn for a long time, and it's obvious what Heyman has in mind. So, cut to a commercial. Commercial breaks were really good, and there was picture in picture, but I didn't think it was excessive, and the show seemed to move along really quick. And here in Florida, or in my house anyway, show ended at 10:11, at 10 minutes, at 10 o'clock and 11 minutes after 10. And I thought the show flowed really well. The first match was excellent. Ivy Nile she absolutely needs to be in the Intercontinental title picture, because of the in-ring work that she's doing. I think would make the Intercontinental title would seem valid. She would be the workhorse, and that would be a case of the title making her. Whereas if Becky Lynch is wearing it, then she is making the title, if that makes sense. So based on where they're sitting and the hierarchy and in the food chain, politically anyway, behind the scenes. So we got to see Becky Lynch. We got to see Lyra. They got into it. And that is going to be really interesting. They're going to face that Money in the Bank. And Money in the Bank is coming up very, very quickly. So if you haven't made your arrangements and you're not going there, you're having a party, head over to Winn-Dixie. They have a lot of BOGOs, if you know what I mean. So you get your ribs and butts and stuff and get it on the grill. So, so we get none other than La Primera comes out, and she gets the victory, and she's going to Money in the Bank. Well, she's going to pull double duty that weekend because she's also on Worlds Collide. She's got a tag team match with Lola Vice, and they're going up against a couple luchas, and I think it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a really good match, and it's going to be a busy weekend for her. Do I think she wins? I mean, she stands just as good of a chance, if not better, because she's showing up, and there's going to be a big push for her. So great match. Ivy Nile hit this pile German suplex with all three of the wrestlers in the ring, and man, just the power, and it looked very safe. I mean, it was obviously a high impact move, but it looked very safe, like she knew what she was doing, and very, very good match. So then we see Jey Uso, Sami Zayn go up against Braun Breaker and Big Bronson Reed. So this is all one of those things that it's just going to be, this is going to go on for a while. As long as Jey is the champ and Sami Zayn is on Monday night, there's going to be that, back and forth. Plus, Seth Rollins wants to be the world champion again. So keep your eye on that storyline. But Jey Uso and Sami Zayn get the victory. Obviously, he's the world champ, and it just makes sense for the storyline right now, especially because none of the wrestlers that were in that match or Seth Rollins is involved in the title right now. And had Jey Uso taken the pin, it wouldn't have helped the storyline that he's currently in, and he's getting ready to go against Gunther. That would have made him look weaker, and that whole thing. So yeah, so we got through that, and prior to that, we got to see a tag team match, and I am thoroughly impressed with JD McDonough, and that moonsault that he does is fantastic. It's up there with Io Sky. It may even be better than my girl Tiffany Stratton, and I can't believe I just said that out loud. So, maybe we get all three of them on video, and you just watch it roll out. That'd be pretty sick. So, they get the victory over the War Raiders, and it looks like Perez is going to be one of those, orbiting characters that's going to be around the Judgment Day to cause a little bit of hate and discontent now that Liv is back. So we'll see what happens. So again, we had the world champion and his Usi Sami Zayn, when he said he's not feeling very Usi. Sami Zayn, they get the victory, and it just made sense for the storyline. So Kairi Sane, great to see Kairi Sane back in the ring, and I know she had a match. She's had a couple other matches before, but good to see her. Raquel Rodriguez looked fantastic in the ring as well. Her ring gear looked a little odd. It looked like you could see her chonies in the getup that she had. Maybe it was just the way it looked, but that was the only odd thing out of it. But physically, she looked great. She was previously dealing with some stuff outside the ring, and it looks like a lot of that's been taken care of. So great job to her and her medical team, whoever, if that's the WWE doing big work. So yeah, so I mean, we had a really good show. It went really fast. Again, moment of silence. Shout out to the shout out for R-Truth, Ron Killings, freaking amazing dude. And I hope he just continues to do big things and remains in the wrestling industry. I know TNA said, come hit me up. And AEW, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how he would fit in other than if he brought that kind of humor in. That's not really what AEW does, but I'm sure that they could make it work and somehow make it make sense. So yeah. So we got that going for us. But Monday Night Raw, I thought it was a really good show, and the main event really, really very interesting to see how the match played out. And if you thought CM Punk was going to win, raise your hand. Yeah, for those of you who are listening on your podcast, wherever you get your podcasts, we appreciate it here at the No Shave Man Cave. Jay Tilly and I, super, super awesome. You can check us out too on Instagram. We have NSMC. You can check us out there _show, and then No Shave Man Cave and NoShaveManCave _ belts. So very very easy to get a hold of us. We're on X, No Shave Man Cave, and Blue Sky. If you're on Blue Sky, come check us out as well. Thank you to all the subscribers that we just recently picked up on Blue Sky. That was really cool. We've been posting a lot of stuff about what we got going on. We're getting ready to head to Texas in July, but we'll talk about that when we talk about the AEW show. And yeah, super cool. So we're going to be doing some road trips, hopefully hitting Chicago in August if I have time. And yeah, so there's a lot of wrestling out there, and there's literally wrestling every night. So, and tonight, Monday Night Raw, Netflix, WWE brought it, and I really enjoyed the show. And I'll get into the ratings here in a little bit too. So, but the main event was El Grande Americano, and I got to take him for his word, right? I mean, there's no way it could be Chad Gable, because I mean, there's just no way, And AJ Styles, great to see him back. My man looked like he was in tip-top condition, and since his return, he's been trying to get back on track. And he looked the part when he got ready to do what looked like the elbow coming off of the top rope. El Grande Americano knocked him off, and that pretty much sealed it. And then there was all kinds of stuff going on outside the ring at that point. Everyone who had wrestled on the show had ran out to stop all the interference. There was a big distraction, and I thought, okay, this is going to be the chance for CM Punk to beat AJ Styles. But oddly enough, it is El Grande Americano comes out with the victory, and he's going to Money in the freaking Bank. And I did not see that coming. I am not going to lie to you. I saw Stephanie Vaquer going to Money in the Bank. You don't bring her up from NXT after being the first double champ in the women's division. Have her drop her title to someone who's literally an NXT original for no reason. So I'm really looking forward to Money in the Bank now, and we'll have one more show. We'll have Friday night SmackDown, which will be our go home show. But I mean, the predictions and what's going to happen. I think we've got a really good chance to see some really cool matches. And the Money in the Bank ladders match, we've got Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Juliana, Naomi, and now we have Vaquer. So I mean, that is a freaking who's who in the women's division. I think that's going to be awesome. The men's match, there'll be some spots and almost gimmicky kind of an ending. Hard to tell where that's going to go. I think Ripley is going to win the women's, or I don't think it'll be Perez or Vaquer or Julia. It doesn't make sense, but I could see Rhea Ripley winning the Money in the Bank for the women's side. So I'm here for it. And then the match that I really want to see, because I want Lyra to have the opportunity to get her hands on Becky Lynch in the ring for the title. And, I don't necessarily want to see Becky Lynch win, because I think it'd be a good story and build Lyra as a more dominant force in the women's division. But I think Becky Lynch leaves with the Intercontinental title, and it is what it is. I mean, what are you going to do? I think it'll be good. They'll be able to build some stories, have some really good matches, and that will elevate the Intercontinental Championship, because, there was a period where Lyra and Chelsea Green both were defeated, on the weekend, or on the same week, and they're the mid-card champ, so it didn't make much sense. So then we have Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus Logan Paul and John Cena in a tag team match. So that should be a fun match. I think we'll see Rhodes and Uso come out the victor, and sort of build up to John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes beats John Cena in his last match, and he doesn't ruin wrestling. Maybe, I don't know. So there's a few other matches that they're being put together. I think we'll hear about those and see them coming up very soon. So I think it'll be a good show. So make sure you check it out. It is going to be a busy weekend. You're going to have Friday Night SmackDown. You're going to have Worlds Collide. You're going to have Money in the Bank, and then turn right around and have Monday Night Raw again. So I mean, you are jam packed with, what is that? 12, 13, 14 hours of wrestling. That's if you don't watch the pre-show and the scrum after the fact. So all in all, thought tonight was a really good show. Great crowd, good energy. McAfee was trying. If you watch NXT and Booker T, whenever Stephanie Vaquer does the snake bite move, where she puts her opponent's head between her legs and drives her face down, and Booker T's over there. Well, McAfee is trying to make it some other sound, which I don't even know. So, but he's working on it. Tonight was his first night with that, with Vaquer on Monday Night Raw. So good stuff. And all in all, I thought it was a good show. I gave it 3.5 beards. I liked the flow of the show. There was enough action behind the scenes, before Gorilla, and, the crowd was really invested. So shout out to Oklahoma. They must be jacked for some reason, and I'm guessing it's because their Oklahoma Thunder are in the NBA championship game. So they'll be facing the Indiana Pacers. So that's going to be a pretty good series. I think Oklahoma wins it in 5. They're just too powerful. I think they had 64 wins out of 82 games, and Indiana, I think, had 52 wins. So I mean, that's a pretty big swing, and Oklahoma was very efficient and effective all season. So there you have it. Monday Night Raw, a little quick overview of Money in the Bank. A shout out to the greatest I-95 24/7 365 champ, R-Truth, Ron Killings. Remember him as the NWA World Champion back in the day. So hopefully we get to see him again in a ring near you. So until next time, hey, thanks for checking us out here at the No Shave Man Cave. If you or anyone you know is in any level of distress, help them out. Be as supportive as you can, but encourage them to dial 988. Resources are available, and they'll help you out within your local community. So to our brothers and sisters at arms, thank you so much for what you do for this great country. Hurry up, get your ass back home. You're needed right here at home. To our first responders, our nurses, and everybody who's taking care of us and keeping us safe, thank you so much. But until next time, thanks for checking us out here at the No Shave Man Cave. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you on the floor.